Here's a question that comes up a lot. You know which one I'm talking about, and that is whether to use an index or the detailed table of contents to help you find information from those massive study materials on exam day. Here's my quick take. Give both a shot and see what works best for you. You want to do this early on when you're doing practice questions after wrapping up each subject area. Now, if you have not done that already, don't panic, it's all good. You can get started on it now. So, as you play around with both the index and the detailed table of contents, you're going to get a feel for which one you prefer, especially for the type of questions you're answering. Maybe you'll end up like me where you'll make the detailed table of contents your go-to choice, but have the index in your back pocket for certain types of questions. When you're picking your go-to, think about what feels natural. Like, which one do you grab when you're in a time crunch? Which one does not make your brain hurt just by looking at it? Once you've found your match, stick with it. Get cozy with how it's laid out. Practice using it throughout your bar prep, and especially when answering practice questions. For me, I was all about using the detailed table of contents when I needed to reference the study materials. I like the structure. Everything is neatly organized with headings and subheadings. It just vibed with my brain. During the exam, there were maybe a handful of times where I could not find what I was looking for in the table of contents, and I had to grab the index for backup. But I'm not even sure how much the index helped me overall, because if I couldn't find what I needed in like 30 seconds, I would just bounce to the next question. Now, I should mention that I was not a fan of the index in the first place, so that likely influenced my efficiency with it. It just was not my groove. But hey, that's just me. And so you want to find out what works best for you. Now, let's break down the good and bad of both. So one pro of using an index is that you can use keywords from the question or answer choices to zoom right to the page or pages you need. The cons, however, are number one, you need to know which keywords to search for. Number two, you gotta hope that the page number or page numbers listed for the keyword are correct. Otherwise, it's gonna be frustrating as you're flipping through trying to find the information you need. Number three, there's a lot of information in the index and that can be overwhelming. Number four, it can be costly and time consuming to print and tab each letter and all of that. And number five, there are various versions available, and so you need to make a decision as to which one you want to go with. Now let's switch to the pros of the detailed table of contents. Number one, the topics are broken up by headings, making it easier to navigate. Number two, it's not as scary or overwhelming to look at. Number three, you can color code it for ease of reference, and I plan to do a video very soon going into more detail on how to do this. Number four, it's easier to flip through because there are a small number of pages. And number five, there's just one version, so there's no fear of missing out on picking the best one. Let's now dive into the cons. Number one, you need to be somewhat familiar with the order of chapters and where subtopics are listed. Number two, some keywords and questions or answer choices may not easily link to specific headings or subheadings, so you're gonna have to do a bit more extra work. Okay, so to wrap up, remember you wanna go for what works best for you. Practice with both methods early on and then make your decision. Whatever you pick, keep practicing with it to help you navigate the study materials more efficiently. So I hope this breakdown helps you figure out your game plan for exam day, and if you've got your own tricks that you'd like to share or any questions, please comment below. I'll see you in the next one.